Yo, what's good? It's your boy Ryan Maker back at it again with another Destiny video. Now, today I want to talk about the Gunsmith and Arms Day and how it can be improved. But a little side note, if you say the Suros PDX 45 package, he is giving out a god roll this week. High cal, counterbalance, small bore. It's amazing. You'll see some highlights of that in a Rumble match I had, and it was great. That RE41 is probably one of the worst auto rifles I used. You're gonna see me using that as well, but if you have it, I just recommend dismantling it. You'll see me dismantle it in this video. The Thiessen, great weapon, and the Tuanella, very consistent. But let's get to the topic at hand, the Gunsmith and Arms Day. I love what the Gunsmith does right now. I love his inventory, the telemetries, the sins, the weapon parts, all that is great. I like his little system where you pick up 3 packages every week and you wait another week to see what 3 weapons he brings. I think it's great. It's a little stale though. We've been doing it for so long, since the beginning of the Taken King, I believe, and it's very, very stale. He has the same weapons, the same rolls, and the worst part is no one ranks up the Gunsmith past rank 3 anymore. As soon as you hit rank 3, you can pick up 3 packages. There's no point of leveling them up. You have the prototype weapons that just go to waste. So I think that Destiny should add an incentive to using the prototype weapons in the Crucible and PvE. And the way I believe they should do it is by adding additional rewards to the prototype weapons. I believe the prototype weapons should grant legendary marks and weapon parts. Not a lot of legendary marks. I think 5 legendary marks per weapon should be good, and 10 weapon parts per weapon should be good as well. So this means every week you can get 25 legendary marks if you choose to do so. And I'll explain to you in a little bit why legendary marks. And this will give people incentive to level up their faction or the Arms Day faction, and I'll explain to you how they should change the leveling up system or the rewards of the Arms Day faction as well. So let's talk about what TBL and Planet Destiny posted a video about. I will put that in the description. They talked about using the Division re-rolling system for their weapons, and I think that's a great idea. And if you don't know what the Division re-rolling system is, I'll explain it to you right now. So for example, say you have a AR, an auto rifle. Every AR comes with a passive perk, a damage stat, and 3 perks. So the passive perk for ARs is doing additional damage to an enemy shield, normally anywhere from 15 to 18%. And then they have a damage stat, for example, ranging from 8,000 to 10,000. And then they got 3 random perks. So what the Division does, it allows you to either re-roll the passive stat, the 3 perks, or the damage of the weapon. And whichever one you choose to re-roll, you cannot choose anything else to re-roll after that. They also limit how many times you can re-roll a weapon. Once you re-roll, I believe it's 5 or 6 times, then your weapon is set. You can't do anything else. And I think this is great. Destiny needs to implement this into their game now. This will bring so much character, so much replayability to the game. I guarantee you there's been numerous people who've had great weapons drop that are 1 perk off of being godly, and the biggest example are hand cannons. You can get a hand cannon with rangefinder, luck in the chamber, and in the middle you get injection mold or hand laid stock or brace frame, and you're like, dude, I can't use this weapon. But guess what? If you got the re-rolling system, you could re-roll your weapon to get rifle barrel, and there you go, boom, god roll. I don't think god roll should be handed out, but people should have the chance to get a god roll. I haven't gotten 1 god roll primary in this game except for that PDX 45 that he gave out today, and that's kind of frustrating. I've had great guns, I have good guns, but I have not had 1 god roll weapon drop in this game, and it's really, really frustrating. But adding a re-rolling system is great, and I think the way they should do that and limit people from abusing it is do what the Division did. You can only re-roll 1 perk, or 1 stat booster, or 1 sight, and you get charged for it. And each time you re-roll anything, they charge you more. So for example, I think they should charge 20 legendary marks for the first re-roll, 50 legendary marks for the second re-roll, 100 legendary marks for the third re-roll, 150 legendary marks for the fourth re-roll, and for the last re-roll, the fifth and last one, I think they should charge you 200 legendary marks. And they should also charge you weapon parts and motes of light, and those will increase at the same rate that the legendary marks increase. And this will prevent people from abusing the system, but still giving people a good chance to get what they want from a weapon. And I think this will revamp the Gunsmith greatly. Not everyone's going to have the same role in their weapons anymore. Everyone's going to have great weapons, and that's how it should be. People shouldn't be snubbed from having good weapons. But I think one of the biggest changes that should be made is not the re-rolling, but implementing a building system. And TBL hit this right on the nose, but I don't feel like the building system should be as freely as he expressed it. I think it should be kind of limited. And the way I see that it should be done is ranking up your gunsmith. So that's another incentive to ranking up your gunsmith and using the prototype weapons. If you rank up the gunsmith and use the prototype weapons, you rank up your faction, the gunsmith faction. And I believe that instead of getting a randomly dropped reward from the gunsmith, he randomly gives you 3 weapons to choose from. Say you get a Gaheris D, an Irene, and a Tuanella. So you pick the Gaheris D hand cannon. And when you pick the Gaheris D hand cannon, it comes with 2 sights, 2 perks, and 3 stat modifiers. So what happens is you click on every perk slot. So let's start off with the sights. You click the first sight, and it randomly generates 2 options for you to pick. You pick one of those 2 options. You click on the second sight, it randomly generates 2 options for you to pick. You pick one of those 2. You click on the first perk, it randomly generates 3 options. I think the perks should have 3 options because they have a wider pool to choose from. So the first perk, you get 3 randomly generated options, you pick whichever one you want. The second perk, 3 randomly generated options, you pick one. And now for the stat modifying perks, sorry I can't speak right now, it's been a long day. But for the stat modifying perks, there's 3 of them on the Gaheris D. You pick the first one, just like the sights, you get 2 options. You pick the second one, you get 2 options. You pick the third one, you get 2 options. And to prevent people from abusing this system, as soon as you enter the weapon and you pick a perk, it should be locked. And you can rebuild it anytime you want, but it should be locked. And the faction packages cannot stack like the Crucible and Vanguard. If you level up your faction again and you haven't finished building your weapon, well, it's gone. And this will prevent people from abusing the system and trying to get god rolls or anything like that. And I think that would be amazing. This would revamp the gunsmith. This will make people want to use a prototype weapon. And say you don't want to reroll anything, you do use the prototype weapons, and guess what? You're getting 25 legendary marks. You're getting 50 weapon parts, even though weapon parts are kind of irrelevant right now, but you're getting them. And if you do them, you're leveling up your gunsmith and you get the chance to build your own weapon. I think that's how it should be done. I think it'll be great. And maybe even add a couple new arms day weapons. I know they do not sell a machine gun. I think a machine gun would be nice. They don't sell a sidearm. I think a sidearm would be really nice as well. And maybe give more archetypes. I know they have the same archetype weapons and the same system for your armor. I believe your armor should be able to be re-rolled. You don't know how many times I get great rolls on hand cannon gauntlets, but I get melee attack speed when I want increased grenade throw distance. Or you get that chest piece and you want increased arc armor, but you get increased void armor. It's ridiculous. But that's all the ideas I have. The Planet Destiny and TBL video will be linked in the description. And every week I also want to start doing a Crucible thing with the Arms Day packages. If the Arms Day guy brings primary weapons, I kind of want to do Arms Day Crucible thing, guys, just so we can see if we can find some hidden gems and I can maybe recommend them to you guys. I think that'd be a little fun. That's kind of what I did at the end of this video. I brought all the Arms Day weapons in the Crucible and just see how I could do, and got you guys the best clips. But I hope you guys like my video and my ideas, and also my idea for videos about Arms Day. If you do, I would appreciate a subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Alright y'all, peace!